This land is your land, and this land is
Covit19 unemployed, desperate for food, are queuing before food banks throughout the nation, their numbers stretching for blocks. Automobiles filled with hungry families are filling soccer-sized parking lots, and boulevards queuing before food banks throughout the nation. We see innocent U.S. citizens reduced to doing what they never thought they would do, taking charitable food. Why? For decades, ever since the Reagan administration gave the go-ahead, businesses and industries have systematically beaten down employed men and women, reducing them to nose-to-grindstone working conditions and a payday-to-payday existence, treating the American worker as a commodity rather than a fellow human being. With the U.S. Congress and state legislatures turning a blind eye, businesses and industry have since the 1980s eviscerated unions, the guiding light for better wages and working conditions. Eviscerated unions to where they exist as toothless opponents to avarice. Workers' wages and work conditions are consistently trampled in the higher and lower courts. Wages have stagnated while the wealthy and CEOs grow richer. Both parents must work to pay for family food and housing, most times underpaid and overworked. Part-time employees receiving a miserable minimum wage must work at more than one job. The Great Recession of 2008, instigated by banks' risky speculation and Wall Street's nefarious activity, displaced legions of families from their homes into overpriced rentals that demand 50% of their monthly income. Before the heartless 80s, the percentage was around 30%. The less income earners simply cannot afford to pay rent and are in their cars or sleeping under overpasses, riverbanks, anywhere that they can lay down their head. The aforementioned and a litany of suppressive measures perpetuated on the working men and women by businesses and industries and sanctioned by lawmakers over the last 5 decades are the reasons desperate Americans queue up for food. Covit19 is the catalyst, not the cause, for this national desperation.
This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, the dust clouds rolling, the boys coming chanting and the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me.